Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals, welcome back to Budget with Ira. In today's video we're doing something that I didn't think that I was ever going to have the opportunity to do, and it's with great pride that today we're doing a video that is a little bit different. In today's video we're going to be talking about how much money I have earned on Etsy in this year. So we're talking about from the 1st of January 2022 all the way up to the end. Now I'm filming this like late December. I haven't closed my shop, but because I'm going on holiday literally tomorrow, literally tonight, because of that I'm not going to sort of make any more orders. So this is pretty much really accurate numbers. So I'm going to go through my Etsy analytics, show you the things that I look at and the things that make me really proud and the things that, you know, that we've been doing this last year. At this point last year, I was in a job that I hated. I was just not happy. When I say I was not happy, I truly mean that to my very core. Right now, at this point in my life, I am beyond happy. I'm doing something that I just love so much. Besties, like, I cannot begin to tell you how thankful I am to you to putting me into this position where this video is possible and I can actually talk about this. So I am going to go into the numbers and I am going to be doing all of that with you. But before that, let's talk about our sponsor on today's video. Today's video, besties, is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is the #1 meal kit provider. When you sign up to HelloFresh, you get boxes delivered to you as often as you like with meals that really suit you or your family. You can choose between mostly meat, veggie, family options, quick and easy cook options, calorie smart, and even pescatarian. There is a HelloFresh menu just for you. Last night, Jake and I had the sirloin steak and hand-cut rosemary chips. And bestie, can I tell you how good that was? What I would have thought is the meat options that you get from places like this would be quite stingy, but this was so nice. I know I throw around this a lot saying chef's kiss, but this was literally, you can kiss the chef because bestie, I am the chef and this was so good. But bestie, this comes with a guide with pictures that tells you exactly how to make the meal. It was so easy to follow that I made no mistakes this time. It was so good. They give you exactly what you need to make that meal. So there is very little, if any, food waste. Now besties, if you want to go ahead and sign up to HelloFresh, I have not come empty-handed. I've got a banging deal for you. So with my code, you can get 60% off your first box. Yes, 60% off your first box. And then 25% off the next 8 boxes thereafter. So basically that's 2 months of food covered, which is an absolute bargain. All you have to do is click on the link in my description and use the code BudgetIRA60 and that banging deal can be all yours, bestie. Now let's go ahead and get back to today's video. Okay, so besties, what I am doing now is I am on the shop analytics side of it. So everything that is behind Budget with Ira is what you're seeing right now. So hopefully I'm in the little corner of the screen because I did get a comment on the last time I did an analytics video where like, the only time I ever watch these videos is so that I can see that. So yeah, this is for you, bestie. This is just for you. But anyway, there's 2 messages and 21 outstanding orders. I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to deal with it. But what I want to do is I'm going to go over to this stats section over here and I'm going to show you a couple of bits. So it's always set to the last 7 days, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set it to this year. Now I've blurred out the revenue section because I'm going to save that for the end, but what I want to do here is talk about orders. This is sort of broken down from January to February to December. So if you look here, this year I have done 3,808 orders, which bestie, that is a lot of orders, and our orders have increased 341% from last year. So if you remember, last year I was working a job at the same time, so like that's what it is. Now I don't know if that orders is individual items because I don't feel like I did like nearly 4,000 orders the year before, but I don't know. Actually, let's have a look. Last year, yeah, 958 orders. So its orders is as in it can be multiple items in there. So let's just go back to last year. So 3,808 orders. So do you remember in February when I was saying how sales were really low and it was really tough and I was really struggling? Yeah, in February I did 197 orders. So that's still quite a lot of orders. Then it picked up in March. It kind of stayed a bit level and then started to peak in July again. Then August and September were pretty normal, and then October was when we brought out the advent calendar. November was a lot, and we're in December now. Even though December feels absolutely insane, it's still less orders, like 270 in December so far versus Oh yeah, February was low. Conversion rate is basically how many people, when they visit your shop, how many of them convert into a sale. So mine was 4.1%, and I'm led to believe that that is okay, but it was down versus last year. But if you remember, last year I didn't have like a good SEO and a good standing with Etsy, so everybody coming onto my Etsy store was directed from me by YouTube. So that's why the sort of conversion rate was a lot higher. When we look at my listings and things like that, they were viewed 233,197 times. What is that in a number? 233,000? That's a lot. That's an average of 2.5 listings per visit. Wow, that is a lot. So people do like have a real good look on that. The A6 Saving Challenge booklet, that's been viewed 9,000 times. That's wild, isn't it? It's been favorited 353 times, and there have actually been 258 orders of that as well, which has made me 2.5 grand, which is like lovely. When I first brought that out, I only printed 100 and I didn't think it was going to do very well. And I've had to reorder copies and copies and copies and copies of that, because let's not remember, that's part of other listings as well. So like, it's been ordered with Saving Challenge Volume 2, it's in the starter bundle, it's in so much. So I've sold more than 258 of those, but they've gone out in different guises, if that makes sense. We have had 93.4 thousand visits to my Etsy store, which I think is absolutely wild. I can toggle that, like compare it to last year. When it started to pick up was sort of July last year, but yes, this bit's really interesting to me. So how shoppers found you. So Etsy thinks that they bought 71% of my visits. I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people come from YouTube. It just depends where they've clicked from, I guess. So if they're a repeat customer who have gone straight onto my Etsy site from something I've said on YouTube rather than clicking on the link in my description, Etsy tends to think that they've made that, but I don't think Etsy does as much for me as they think they do. But I'm happy to be wrong, because the shoppers visiting is really, really high. Now, the thing that I wanted to talk to you about, which is the thing that makes me super, super, super proud, is revenue. Revenue for last year, if you look at this graph here, January I made 2,464.92. Now you got to remember about revenue is I don't take all of that money. Like, I've got to give some to the tax man, and I've got to put a certain amount to put back into the business to buy new things. So I generally take about 50% of that. So in January, Etsy made me 2,464. So if you think about it like that, it was 1,200. So if it was my sole gig and it was the only thing I did, that would make a very, very tight month for me, but I'm still like humbled by that, like immensely. Then February was about the same, and then it's just started to just get more and more and more. Obviously June was a bit lower, July kicked up again, like 4,683 is not to be sniffed at. And then in September, I think that was the advent calendar, it says that I made £8,428. Obviously that was split over like 2 months, if you remember. Obviously it's been a slight decline because I'm not selling 100 advent calendars every single month. And so far in December, I've made £5,724.12, which is such a significant amount of money, and I literally am just so thankful. So the thing that you wanted to know is over here, the revenue section. So this year on Etsy, I have made £59,993.08. That is absolutely insane, like beyond insane. You all know what I've done with that money. So if you imagine that as 60k, what I've earned off Etsy, 30k of that was my salary. I paid myself 30k, and my previous job was 38k. So along with the money that I'm making from Patreon, from TikTok, from YouTube, I'm far exceeding the money that I was making at that horrible supermarket. So I don't know how to articulate how thankful I am, because yes, I've put in a lot of hard work, but without you, things like this can't happen. And that is a phenomenally monumental amount of money, and I am just beyond thankful. With that 30k that I've earned, I've managed to pay off my debt, I've managed to go on 3 holidays, I've managed to invest significant money into Budget with Ira so that we can bring out bigger and better products all the time. And I'm just so pleased, and I'm so excited to see what 2023 brings, because if it carries on the trajectory that it's going, Lord knows where we'll be. I don't think there's actually anything else that I can show you on here But what I do have is I have a YouTube short that's come out at the exact same time as this video that goes into a lot more detail other than the revenue side of it. So make sure you check that out because it's got some really, really exciting things in there. So what does the future of Budget with Ira on Etsy look like? Even though I do say that I don't think Etsy has brought me the amount of traffic that they think they have, I still think Etsy is the home for Budget with Ira for at least the foreseeable future. And that is because they have a very, very good platform where I am seen a lot more. Because even though I've just told you that my business has made 60k on Etsy, I'm still teeny tiny. In the grand scheme of things, I am teeny tiny. So having a platform where I am seen by more people is a really, really important thing to me. Now, eventually I do want to get my own website, and I will be doing that, and I will be spending significant money on that, and I'll get a web designer and all of that stuff. It will be something that will be absolutely beautiful, and the prices will be cheaper because obviously I don't have to pay Etsy's fees and all of that stuff. But that's not something that I'm necessarily going to worry about now. It might be mid-year or it might be end of the year, but there will be a Budget with Ira website up and running probably by the end of the year, I would have thought. But yeah, I guess that's it. If you do have any specific questions about anything that you've seen today, make sure you pop a comment down below and I will be there to help you out with it. Thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please give this video some love. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you are going to comment, please use this emoji. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you for being here and thank you for contributing to this incredible number because it means so much. And if you haven't bought anything on my Etsy store ever, you still have contributed to that number because your eyes on this video means that this video and other videos like that get pushed up in the algorithm, and that makes other people find it who might want to buy things from my Etsy store. So just because you might not be in a financial place where you can support me, or you might not even like my stuff so you don't want to buy anything, but if you are not buying things from my store, don't think that you're not supporting me because just by watching this, it truly means the world to me. Massive extra thank you to all of the patrons who support me because that is a significant step up and it is just an added layer that adds to that number as well. So thank you so much to the patrons because you literally keep the lights on here. So thank you just from the bottom of my heart. With that being said, we are at the end of the video. So I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week and have a wonderful budget. Always remember, don't trust Ira. And I will see you in the next one, bestie. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.